bank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rock Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime show, the Knicks at Night podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yo, hey, Keith Turner's in the building. Salute. Hey, bro. Can I have another one? Joints. Who is it? That's it, just one. Okay, sweet. No pun intended. All right, sorry about that. Yo, what's good, everybody? Keith Turner, bro, I legitimately did a 19-second clip. Let me see. Let me change this around real quick. So, hey, everybody, this is hilarious. I did a 19-second clip with Keith Turner's face on the screen, just like this, just like how it is right now. And it's got the highest number of views of any of my shorts ever. Right? Legitimately, I have a joint with Keith Turner just on the screen, just like this. And it's got the highest view count ever for a short that I made. At least it seems that way. And Keith Turner ain't did nothing. Keith Turner ain't did nothing. It's like, I guess Keith Turner's face is a coupon out here in these streets. Like, Keith Turner ain't even say nothing. And the video is like crazy. Like right now, I think it's still getting numbers right now. That man ain't said nothing. It's just his avatar up there, and it's going crazy in the streets. The joint is going crazy in these YouTube streets, bro. And it's only been up for like 2 days. The joint has been up for like 2 days, right? Bro, I can't explain it. But y'all know me, I don't like taking credit for anything. So I like sharing the love. Like if something good happened, I'm like, hey man. You feel me? So the name of the clip is, I'll tell y'all what the name of the short is. The Surprising Truth About NBA Champions. And as a matter of fact, I'll put the link to it in the chat so y'all can see it. I'm gonna grab a link to it, get the shareable link. I'll put the link to it here so y'all see what I'm talking about. It's crazy. It's got like 1,100 views and it's only 19 seconds. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, y'all. Yo, hey, Turner, if you don't believe me, man, click on. I put the link. Oh, yo, if you don't believe me, I put the link out there. Just click on it, and you'll see the number and all that stuff. It's wow, bro. I'm like, look at Turner. Keith Turner, the internet legend. The internet legend. That's wild, bro. I just wanted to share that with you, man, and let you know. And I put the proof out there. But tonight, man, um, I want to talk to y'all about a few different things, right? So tonight I want to talk about a few different things, man. Content creators and those interested in Knicks talk have been hitting me up like, and I'm not saying that I'm not the go-to person. I'm just saying they bounce something off me, whatever. You know how it is. Right? Is the OG Anunoby thing a thing? Is the OG Anunoby thing a thing? Right? I think the OG Anunoby thing is a thing. But let me ask y'all, do y'all think the OG Anunoby thing is a thing? Tell me what you think. Is the OG Anunoby thing a thing? Is OG Anunoby's offense a thing? Hey everybody, I'm gonna ask everybody if you're here, man, help out the channel, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Salute to all my people in the city, New York. Salute to all my people nationwide that represent this Knicks Nation thing. Salute to everybody in New York, Jersey, everywhere, Detroit, down south, Atlanta, LA. Salute to all the international folks that are starting to click on the channel. Man, hey man, I indeed truly appreciate all the new international subscribers. I don't know how we missed each other over the years. We're here now. I appreciate y'all. And if this type of format is new to y'all, just hang around and you'll see how this thing works, right? I'm going to constantly shout out my people in the chat because I feel like they're family members of the channel. Just like I shouted out Keith Turner, just like I always will continue to shout out Andios, who's in the building. I'm always shouting out Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, and everybody else. Say 5 Adam was happening. So if you're new here, and a lot of y'all are, I'm gonna just ask y'all to just, you know what I'm saying, hang out with me for a little bit and see this thing for what it is, man. Hit that like button. A bunch of y'all were like hitting the like button the other day. I kind of got overwhelmed. I saw a like number and it's kind of new to me, but I appreciate the support. So let's talk Knicks. Right. And consider becoming a member. After watching the game today, I'm going to say kudos to the Knicks coaching staff, right? Kudos to the Knicks coaching staff. I saw some changes. I think the Knicks coaching staff indeed tried a bunch of different things, and some of them worked and some of them surprised me. Right? Some of them surprised me. I'm gonna get basketball-y for a moment. I saw where the Knicks ran plays to get their guards open so that they can generate offense. I saw where they ran screens for DeLon Wright and options for DeLon Wright so that DeLon Wright could get open, so to speak, if that makes sense. If that makes any sense. I saw where DeLon Wright. What's the defender? Everybody, what's the the light-skinned defender the Hawks have? The light-skinned guy that's like glue on everybody. The dude that he might win Defensive Player of the Year. Chat, y'all know who I'm talking about. The light-skinned guy in Atlanta. He's probably in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. What's the guy name in Atlanta? Dyson Daniels. Right. So yeah, so Daniels squared up on DeLon Wright, and we knew it was a mismatch. But you know what the Knicks did? Instead of letting the mismatch be the mismatch, what they did was they ran Dyson Daniels off the ball, right, and screened so that Dyson and passed the ball back to Mikal Bridges. So Dyson Daniels started to defend Mikal Bridges, only for Mikal Bridges to pass the ball back to Dyson Daniels on the other side of the floor going right, and Mikal Bridges dragging Dyson Daniels out of the offensive play. Now, while you may think that, that's elementary, right? They should have been doing that, right? They hadn't been. They hadn't been. But we ran that play and got Josh Hart a wide open three-point attempt. And he made it. So we basically cured two birds with one stone. I don't know if that's the saying or not. Two birds with one stone. Trini, what's good? Brandon Williams, what's good, man? Mike Hansen, what's happening? Todd Barbie in the building, salute. This man never sleep, man. This man, hey, Todd Barbie never sleep. I don't know what kind of fuel he on, but that man never sleep. Salute to Todd Barbie. He probably has some kind of Todd Barbie probably got some kind of elixir he put in the blender or whatever. And salute to my guy Todd Barbie, man. So the Knicks ran plays to free up the point guard to run basic plays to get guys that were struggling to get their shot, open shots. Now, is Atlanta's defense bad? It looked bad today. My belief is that Atlanta has the potential to be a good defense. I don't know how their defense is performing. I don't care. I don't care. I don't think we'll see Atlanta anymore until next year. Right? I don't care. But what I do care about is when the Knicks struggle with something and it goes unaddressed. And now, when I thought about that, my whole thing is I feel like Tom Thibodeau may be coaching for his job. What does that have to do with OG Anunoby? I'm going to put the two together. Dripmore is in the building. Salute. Salute Dripmore. And to the new national audience, I'm going to keep shouting y'all out, man, because I want y'all to feel a part of the family. But when Dripmore comes in the door, I always shout him out with a certain thing. Dripmore is in the building. So that's how I got Dripmore. So with international folks, when y'all get here in the chat, man, y'all shout out Dripmore. Just say what's up to him, whatever it is. Right. But I saw as the game progressed, what I noticed is that the offense had more movement against longer athletic defenders, which historically gives this Knicks offense trouble. How do you stop the Knicks offense? Put a smaller man on Cat and then double team him with a bigger man and then put a bigger man on all the other offensive players except Josh Hart, and you just leave Josh Hart open. That's how you defend the Knicks offense. Anybody disagree? Anybody disagree with that's how you defend the Knicks offense? Put a smaller man on Cat, right? And then when he attempts to do anything, bring a bigger defender. Put a bigger defender on Jalen Brunson, right? And then defend Josh Hart with nothing, basically. A big that's ready to rebound is how you defend Josh Hart. But today, DSJ is in the building. Salute. Allow Wise is in the building. Salute. Hey, Wise, watch this number, bro. Watch the number for this video, right? No thumbnail, no notification. Let's see how this video performs, bro, with bare minimum. I barely have a title, Saturday Night Knicks. Let's watch how this video performs, man. I need to have somebody in the chat encourage others to hit that like button and subscribe. Well, let's see how this video performs with us being free. Let us free. Right. Let's just see how this video, how this live stream performs. And we know the real numbers won't be out for like a couple of days, but we'll keep an eye out for that one. Andy, hey, y'all, do what Andios says. Andios is the boss. Knicks fans, if you're loving the content, make sure to give that like button a click, subscribe to the channel, relax, and soak in the experience. Shout out to everyone watching us on X. So I see Tom Thibodeau offensively trying a few things. I see Tom Thibodeau defensively trying a few things. Coach B in the building. Salute. Now, I'm not saying that Tom Thibodeau changed the world in his approach to coaching offense and defense, but I do have a sense that maybe the seat is a little toasty. I'm not going to say it's hot. Right? I'm not going to say it's hot. I'm not going to say it's a hot seat. But maybe Tom Thibodeau does understand that maybe Knicks fans are frustrated with a few things here and there. right? I saw Josh Hart knock down a couple threes. I'm going to check the box score because I'm saying a couple, and it may have been more than a couple. It may have been more than a couple. So I'm just going to check just to be sure. So Josh Hart was 2 for 2 from 3. Landry Shamet was 4 of 10 from 3. Landry Shamet legitimately took 10 threes today, had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal for 12 points. Landry Shamet took 11 shots, had 12 points. He played 30 minutes. But I want to ask your opinion. What did you think about what you saw from today's offense and from today's defense? I'm not going to lie to you. One of the first things I saw was Karl Anthony Towns pressing up and drop coverage and having the defense rotate in behind him. Instead of being in limbo, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Oh, you're going to shoot over me? Okay. That's what I saw. Right? So I saw Tom Thibodeau not tweak the entire offense, but implement things to free up the flow of his offense. King Imbert is in the building. Yeah. King Imbert is amazing. It amazes me how offensive players look nimble on defense when you give them the ball to shoot it all the time. E. Gibson in the building. Salute. Salute to Washington State. Salute to our West Coast folks. Salute to our East Coast folks as well. Salute to our international crowd. Wacko is in the building. Salute. Salute. Salute, Wacko. What it do, boss? Saturday night, chilling. Just coming through to hang out for a little bit, man. I wasn't for sure if Corey Lee was gonna do the joint in the morning. He said he had to ask his homeboy, and so I wasn't sure. So instead of just having this space being completely empty, man, we'll just we'll get in here and chop it up a little bit. And if you're new here, and a lot of you are, we're gonna do old school Knicks in about 10 hours, 11 hours, old school Knicks. Yours truly, Anthony D, talking that talk the way that you like to have that talk to you. So, chat, how did y'all feel about Tom Thibodeau's offense today? Were you impressed with the way that the offense looked? Were you impressed that Landry Shamet got a ton of open looks? Were you impressed that Josh Hart looked confident in the offense? Right? How do y'all feel about Karl Anthony Towns getting touches in the mid-post area? How did y'all feel about that? How did y'all feel about Mikal Bridges' game today? Mikal Bridges was 9 of 13, 5 assists, 3 rebounds for 20 points. OG Anunoby was 9 for 17, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, 3 blocks, 24 points. Cat, his normal 30 and 11, 25 and 10, whatever you want to call it. Josh Hart almost had a triple-double. DeLon Wright looked dynamic offensively. The Knicks still finished with 30 assists. How did you like Cameron Payne's performance today coming off injury? Smitty in the building. Smitty, we got to have some cat talk, man. David Smith is in the building. Salute, Smitty. Smitty, we got to have some cat talk, man. Cat out here with 9 lives. He hurt his hand. Go back to the locker room. Come back. Cat used one of his lives and come back in the game. Hey, all I'm going to say is this to David Smith. If you saw Cat leave the game and was like, oh, man, just when Jalen Brunson is on the verge of coming back, Cat gets injured, and the first thing Cat does when he re-enters the game is knock down a 3. Anybody see that? D Buckets is in the building. Salute. So the question is, do you like DeLon Wright over Cameron Payne? No, I'd like them at complementary. There is a energy that Cameron Payne brings that may not be quantifiable in terms of scoring and defense. Now, I know DeLon Wright is a better defender. DeLon Wright is more solid. Yep. Alan Wine says, Karl Anthony Towns left the game to get a new press-on nail from Mitchell Robinson. I said it while the game was on that Mitch is in the back doing his nails. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Wise. I appreciate that. And somebody says Cat has scored at least 30 points and had 10 rebounds in a game 19 times this season. That's pretty, yeah, that's very awesome. That's very awesome. HRM is in the building. Salute. 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 Hey, y'all, and the Mitchell Robinson thing for all the people that are new. For all the people that are new, there's like a Cat hive. I think it's David Smith and the crew that love Cat. Right? And then there's a Mitch hive led by Ivory 10 and that crew. And then there are some folks in the middle, like myself, right? Like I love Mitch, but I'm not about to hyperbolize everything that he does. And the Mitch hive does that. D Bucket says, DeLon more steady, Cam more spark. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. And that's the reason why I'll say Cam can spark you in a number of ways. And when we start talking about the doldrums and such, campaign can spark you. I do like the fact that Tom Thibodeau ran familiar sets with Cameron Payne and tried to assist DeLon Wright. I really enjoyed that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Right? The fact that the coach is looking to accommodate a player is something that I enjoy. Right? I ain't gonna front. Like, bro, you struggled the other day. We ain't gonna let you struggle no more, big homie. We gonna run stuff for you. We're going to let you run away screens and come back and get the ball. Rub that man off you, right? I appreciate that. Because you could do these things in a number of ways, right? You can do these things in a number of ways. You could just bring a ball screen and they can switch it. Or you can pass the ball to Bridges, go away, right? Put the defender in jeopardy, like who's gonna spark this offense? And when you choose Bridges, right? And Bridges passes the ball to the line right, and then Bridges goes to the other side of the floor, you just took their best defender out of our offense. Right now, and again, when I say that, it may seem simple, but when you take their best defender away, put him on one side of the floor, and now on that side you have your non-scorers, and then on this side of the floor you have Cat and OG Anunoby. Now Cat and OG Anunoby can kind of do their thing offensively. Nick Yak is in the building. Salute. And so to our international audience, Nick Yak is one of our veterans. I'm just say it like that. Nick Yak is one of our veterans. So when you see him in the chat, if you see something spicy, he's not a troll. He's just too old to be finessing. Salute that. So if you see Nick Yak in the chat saying something spicy, hey, Nick Yak ain't being me. Just trying to tell it like it is. So salute to Nick Yak, right? Salute to Nick Yak. We'll also say all right, now I feel you. So everybody just get used to. There's been an influx of new people, right? And I just want to get them used to how we do things here, because it may be conventional or unconventional. Sometimes a little, you don't know if we're, going at it or whatever. Just hang out, man. It's mostly us just hanging out, having fun. So David Smith says, Knicks defensive rating has shot up since Brunson out. Team chemistry looks good with Brunson out. Ball movement looks crisp. Knicks 9-6 without Brunson. So what are you saying there, fella? Hey, chat, watch this. Hey, what are you saying there, fella? What are you getting at there, fella? Why you type that? Why'd you put that in the chat there? Why'd you put that in the chat? And why says it's easier to hide one guy than two. Hey, well, that may be true also. Who's that guy you're hiding? Josh Hart? Who's that guy we're hiding on defense? Is it Josh Hart? It can't be Cat. Not when you're caught in the pick and roll. If you're in the pick and roll defense a number of times, you can't be hidden. You're an active participant. Guys that hide can't be seen. That's all I'm saying. That makes sense, everybody, right? If you're hiding, then you can't be seen. Nick Yak says McBride is the backup point, and probably Wright is the third point, and ninth on an 8-man playoff rotation? Probably. And Wise says, I ain't saying no names, but somebody has been one of the worst defensive bigs for years. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So how do y'all feel about the offense today, though? Just want to get y'all gauge how y'all feel about it. Tell me how it impacted you. What were you looking for? What were you looking for compared to what you received? Kerry Cox is in the building, the son of the legend, also a veteran. Salute to the veteran, Kerry Cox, in the building. Salute. So Kerry Cox's pops was legendary and very impactful to our culture, and one of those folks that we'll appreciate forever. For like, if it wasn't for like Kerry Cox's people, we don't know if we're at the same place culturally as we are. And so that's why I always shout out Kerry Cox as being the son of the legend. So salute to him. So Kerry Cox says the offense is not the issue, the defense is. I know that already, right? But what I'm asking you is, what about the offense that you saw today differently? The adjustment that was made that you like, because there were several of them. Give an example. OG Anunoby, I can't remember exactly, but I think OG Anunoby caught the ball in motion a lot of times, like we used to do RJ Barrett. Y'all remember what we used to do for RJ Barrett? Like we would have RJ Barrett come around, say a screen, catch the ball in motion, headed to the rim. Anybody remember that? I think OG got a lot of looks. In motion. Even out of the shots he missed, OG missed 8 shots today. I think 4 of them were more his fault. Right? I think 4 of them were him barreling into traffic and getting his shot blocked or losing the ball. Why says I saw a lot of down screens with guys popping off for threes on the move. Right. Yep. I'm with you. So a lot of that. So RJ's playing well, huh? Let me see. Check Toronto. Look at numbers. RJ's averaging 21 on 17. RJ shooting 47%. RJ shooting 35% for now. His free throw sucks. Quickly is looking quickly-ish. Quickly is averaging 17. And 6 assists. Barry is in the building. Salute. I like, I'm not going to front. I like what DeLon Wright has given us. And I'm just going to say that for a guy that just got here, he's probably more impactful than the guy we traded for him. And y'all know that I hate to say that, man. Y'all know that I hate to say that, right? Y'all know I love Jumpman. Y'all know I love Jumpman, man. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe I just like saying Jumpman. Jumpman. Right? But Tibbs probably just needed a few games to figure out what type of player DeLon Wright is. Right? Maybe work him into the rotation. Right? And we'll see from there. Man, I appreciate y'all hitting that like button. Man, I appreciate y'all coming through and hanging out with us. Mainly, I have a few thoughts. I have the Tom Thibodeau adjustments, the OG Anunoby emergence, the Karl Anthony Towns offensive bag, DeLon Wright, and what happens when Deuce and Jalen Brunson gets back. All those are my thoughts. I don't have any thoughts about Mitchell Robinson missing this game. I don't care. Just keep him healthy. Right? Just keep Mitch healthy. I don't care about Mitch missing this game. Hey, Barry, but you know what? Where's Barry comment? Barry, you remember when I was telling everybody that the Knicks legitimately need a tall guard? Remember when I was pounding the drum for that? Bro, the Knicks need a tall guard, bro. We got to have a tall guard, the complimentary, blah, 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 blah. The Knicks need a tall guard, the blah, blah, blah. Remember that? Yeah, remember that? I didn't think it was going to be DeLon Wright. I was actually advocating for it to be Mikal Bridges, right? Here's the thing. It's DeLon Wright. It looks like it's going to be DeLon Wright. Right? It looks like it's going to be DeLon Wright, right? So here's the thing with that. What happens when Jalen Brunson gets back? What happens when Deuce McBride gets back? There's only one basketball. There are only I keep forgetting the number. Let me see. I want to say it all the time. If there's only such and such amount of minutes. There are only 240 minutes in the game. Most of the time, without overtime. There are only 240 regulation minutes. And they have to be divvied up by 9 people. Right? So what do you do when Jalen Brunson gets back? What I'm going to say to you is, first of all, you have to get Brunson back right away. Not rush him back, but when he's ready, we got to get Brunson back. And not so that he can win some awards and make some bread and whatever, but because we discovered something with Jalen Brunson out, right? We discovered something with Jalen Brunson out, right? We discovered that guys can score when given the opportunity. We discovered that guys can score when given the opportunity. Here's the thing with that, though. When Jalen Brunson's healthy, he leads the NBA in time of possession. So then what do? Does that present a dilemma? Yo, look who it is, Sherwin. Sherwin is in the building. Salute. So for all our new viewers, Sherwin is also a veteran. Sherwin is a businessman and a sharp basketball mind. Now we're gonna disagree on a lot of stuff, and it's not because I don't think Sherwin is smart, and vice versa, right? It's all about philosophy. So when you see Sherwin and myself disagree about something, it's more about philosophy and not about aptitude, right? Salute to Sherwin. Nick P is in the building. Salute. Nick P says our defense looks better because you have to just have to hide Cat. Where do you hide Cat at? Where do you hide Cat? Because if you say hide Cat in the center of your defense, that's impossible. You can't hide somebody. You can't hide a 7-foot dude in plain sight. Yep, I feel you. My only thing is this. In my belief, I think of all the starters, I honestly believe, and this is gonna sound crazy, and I'm not taking a shot, right? I'm not taking a shot at a guy. I think Josh Hart may be our not best defender. And it's not because he can't do it. I think his role has him in a place where he's hunting for loose balls and rebounds. I think Josh Hart is hunting for loose balls and rebounds. Right? And it's like I compared him the other day to Troy Polamalu. Right? Very impactful. Short for his size, played bigger than whatever. Right? I think Josh is kind of like Troy Polamalu, where you have a big man in a small man's body, basically. Right? I like Josh. And this is not a referendum on how a 6'4" guard is supposed to guard around the NBA. It's not that. Because Josh plays bigger than his size, right? The only thing is when you play safety, you know, you don't always, y'all get what I'm getting at. Like, how often do you see Josh Hart guard Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown or SGA or Scotty Barnes or RJ Barrett or Paul George or LaMelo Ball or Brandon Miller or Paolo Banchero or Franz Wagner? You don't see Josh do that. What you do see, though, is Josh Hart beating bigs to random rebounds. Josh Hart getting like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, whatever number of rebounds. And rebounds are a part of defense. The possession is not over until you get the basketball. Right? The possession is not over until you get the basketball back. Just what it is. So when we mention the who's a good defender, who's not, who does this, who's not, yeah, does Cat look bad in pick and roll? Yes. Does Cat look bad defensively all over the floor? No. No, he doesn't. My thing with Cat and pick and roll defense and Cat and pick and roll defense is I just think he don't care. Like, I legitimately saw a guy take a shot beside Cat, and Cat turned his head, looked for the rebound. And in my mind, I'm like, Cat, you should have swatted that to Kanye's. Cat, you should have swatted that to Augusta. You're a foot away from the guy, you let him shoot, and then you rush to get the rebound. What are you doing? Put a hand up, dog. Put a hand up. What are we doing out here? I'm gonna plug these headphones in, man, for the gym tomorrow. I gotta have my music for the gym, bro. Like, when I get on the treadmill, I ain't gonna front. When I get on the treadmill, I gotta listen to something hard, bro. I was listening to I had a just put all the songs on random, right? And I was about to like get into like mile 2 or 3 or whatever. About to get into mile 2 or 3. I'm struggling because I'm coming off a knee and I'm like rehabbing, whatever. So, Coach, what's good? And Coach is like, yo, what you know about Kanye's? Yeah, man. I'm traveled. I'm traveled a little bit. So, but man, so I was at the gym the other day, man, trying to work on get these miles in, man, get these steps in, right? Right, get these steps in, and I'm listening. I think the song is "Shut 'Em Down" by Public Enemy. So I'm like listening to the end, just like the Pete Rock remix. It's like the horns, and I'm like getting ready to get in that mode. You know how you kind of blackout or whatever. You get ready to get into that mode where it's like, you know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the song, I'm like, get ready to get into like mile 2 or 3. And the song comes on, and I just take my headphones off, man, kill the treadmill and go sit down, man. I'm like, I can't work out to this. And Kerry Cox, listen, Kerry Cox, so I kill the treadmill and then I go sit down because guess what song comes on? So Shut 'Em Down goes off, and the very next song is When I'm Alone in My Room. Sometimes I stare at the walls. I need love. Do. I'm like, bro, I can't listen to this. Why do I even have this song in my phone? I need love, bro. Who's gonna work out to I need love? And then I skip it, and then it's like Boys to Men and LL something. And then I skip it, and then it's like, who do you love? Are you for sure? I mean, what? Man, I can't. Come on, man. Get out of it, bro. I had to ribs. How I'm a bench. How am I go get on the bench listening to Hey Lover? Yo, how am a bench listening to Hey Lover? You know how you put your workout, you put your work weight up there for some of y'all. Y'all might be stronger than me, whatever. I don't care. I'll share it with you, but you put your 195 on the bar to work out, right? Say, you know what I'm saying, to get your muscles loose, to get your form right. right? And it's Heavy D, don't you know? I'm in love with you, don't you know? Ooh, don't you know? And I'm like, yo, my phone legitimately is trying to run me out of the gym. Feelings. What you know about Johnny Mathis? Bro. Kerry Cox, you too young to know about Johnny Mathis, bro. What you know about them light-skinned dudes with good hair? Kerry Cox, what you know about them light-skinned dudes? What you know about them light-skinned dudes with good hair? Yeah, man. I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. Make y'all laugh. I was laughing to myself at that in the gym because I start on the treadmill basically with a song, like a motivational song, like with something like Onyx or Eminem or something like that to just kind of get me in that mode. You know what I'm saying? To kind of do something. But yeah, another type of workout. Yeah. I'm in the gym and LL talk about pink cookies in a plastic bag. Oh my god, bro! I want to hear "Rock the Bells." Right? I'm thinking, some radio, some "I'm Bad," some "Mama Said Knock You Out," something. Right? Something. So let's talk about the Phoenix Suns. Right? Let me pull up something. I'm going to pull something up here. Right? Pull up the Phoenix Suns. I want to see what they look like. Kevin Durant's scoring has been down. He's only played 62 games. Devin Booker's scoring is up. Bradley Beal's scoring is down. Bradley Beal's field goal percentage is up. Bradley Beal is still efficient on less shots. Since Phoenix made that trade, I don't know if they've been any different. I'm just going to go to their team page and see what ESPN thinks their chances of beating the Knicks are. The Phoenix Suns are 7 games under 500 with Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. Let's see what this thing says. Let's see what the Gamecast says. The Gamecast gives the Knicks a 64% chance of beating the Knicks, and I want to show y'all something too, because this thing is disturbing to me, and I kind of want to get. Yep, KD is out. Yep, KD is out. So I want to share something with y'all. It's kind of disturbing to me. Can y'all see this? Y'all see that? April 6th, Mitchell Robinson out, Jalen Brunson out, Miles McBride out, Ariel Hukporti out until April 20th. Yeah. The thing that concerns me here, everybody, is not the Jalen Brunson injury, because I know he's out and it's going to be, he's got to play it by ear. He shouldn't come back until he's ready, right? The thing that concerns me here is why is Mitchell Robinson out and the timetable for Deuce McBride? According to ESPN, Mitchell Robinson is scheduled to miss today's game. That concerns me. Right? What also concerns me is that we don't have a legitimate timetable for Deuce McBride. Now, here's the thing. If Deuce McBride has a groin and he's out, okay, I'm cool, right? But what concerns me is that Deuce misses a lot of time. And it's one of those things that we don't talk about necessarily. Right? So this is Deuce McBride's career. Y'all see this on the screen? In Deuce McBride's career, he's played 40 games, 64 games, 68 games, 59 games. Right? And this year, in 25 minutes, basically, Deuce McBride is shooting 41% from the floor, 37% from three, and averaging 9 points on 8 shots. I'm concerned that I don't know if y'all help me figure out Deuce. Yeah, hey, Nick, I'm not counting the first 2 years. The first 2 seasons, I'm not counting those. The first 2 seasons, yeah, I'm not counting those because I know he was being yo-yoed with a little bit. But what does concern me, though, what concerns me is that Deuce tends to miss a lot of games, man. I don't know. I just don't know how to feel about Deuce missing so many games. Now, I get it. I get it. I like DeLon Wright. I have been begging for a DeLon Wright type player all year. Those that know. I've been begging, like, man, we need a 6'5", 6'6" point of attack defending point guard that can run a little bit of offense, right? Y'all know I've been begging, screaming for that. All year. So I'm not saying that I don't appreciate DeLon Wright. I do. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate DeLon Wright. But the thing to me is I'm okay with our starting 5. I think the difference between the Knicks and the Boston Celtics, the Knicks, the Boston Celtics, and the Cleveland Cavaliers is bench depth. Hey, Tom, now see, there is no question, I guess. It's a request. I'm trying to figure out the Deuce McBride thing and why I'm concerned about his injury history. Because it's not just a this year thing. He was also injured. Deuce was probably 60%, 70% in the Indiana series and gutted it out. And see, that concerned me. Like, as soon as that Indiana series was over, Deuce had surgery and was on that what do you call it when you have a leg injury? They put you on the looks like a rollerbladey thing. They keep your leg up. You know what I'm talking about? Salute. Randall 1973 is in the building. Salute. So, I'm not saying I don't like Deuce. What I'm saying is I don't know how to feel about his injuries, man. And maybe y'all see something I don't see. None of us know it all. I'm asking y'all, what do y'all see? How do y'all feel about Deuce missing so much time? Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. Yeah, he had toe surgery like right after the Indiana series was over, and that made me nervous then. Because during the series, I was like, yo, how is JJ Barea roasting this dude? Deuce was injured. Nick X says they took Randall away. I live with it, but don't take Mitch away and replace McBride. I don't think I could take it. Okay. And Sherwin says, DeLon Wright is the man we need for teams like Boston, Detroit, who outsize, and in the front court. Okay. Yeah, and Kerry Cox says DeLon Wright is on nobody's scouting report. Something to pay attention to, because when the playoffs start, everybody associated with the organization is going to be on the scouting report. Everybody. Sherwin says, I'm not missing Deuce. Oh, that's cold. Top Notch T says, I thought Deuce and Mitch were getting traded for another big piece, to be honest. Let me see. I'm going to say something to make y'all laugh, too. So the Pistons are the 6th seed, right? I don't think the Pistons fell anywhere. I think Cade is out. Right? I'm just going to double check. I think Cade is out due to injury, right? And I don't know when he's coming back. Let me just double check. No, Cade is active. Let me look at his game log, though. Yep, Cade played today, but before today, he had been out since March 21st. So Cade missed a lot of time. Cade missed some time. But I'm going to tell y'all this. The New York Knicks is in the building. Salute. I don't think the Pistons want to be the 5th seed. I think the Pistons want to be the 6th seed. Salute to my guys, King and Deuce, right? Salute to my guys, King and hey Wise. Look Wise. Look at the numbers. You see that? Wise, if you in the chat, take a look at the number. Rebs, if you in the chat, look at the number. Look at this. I don't think the Pistons value the 4-5 matchup. I think the Detroit Pistons know exactly who they want to play in the playoffs. They know exactly who they want to play in the playoffs. Salute to King and Deuce. I kind of go and check them out. They do dope Pistons content, right? If I'm the Knicks, I'm slightly offended by that. Like, y'all not gonna play y'all best ball to just have your record take you wherever? Y'all got a target for a certain team? The Pistons think the Knicks are their Huckleberry. Sherwin, the Pistons think the Knicks are their Huckleberry. Pistons will be your Huckleberry. Pistons toying around 5-6, 5-6, 5-6, and getting comfortable. Hey, Detroit, y'all got to act like y'all been here before. Like, legit, y'all hadn't been here since Josh Smith and Blake Griffin, maybe. And so I don't want to talk a premature trash talk and whatever. But you kind of got to be careful who you pick out in the ballroom brawl. You got to kind of be careful. In a ballroom brawl, you got to be careful who you grab. Right? You mess around and grab Patrick Swayze if you want to. We'll show you where the Roadhouse is. Chat, how do y'all feel? Knicks fans, how do y'all feel about the Pistons being confident with a 3-6 matchup with the Knicks? How do y'all feel about that? Tell me how y'all feel about that, chat. How do y'all feel about another NBA team targeting us in the playoffs? I want to read a couple of y'all comments, and then I'll tell y'all how I feel. Nick P says, I think we're going to spank them with the way OG is playing. Them. Barry says, Pistons got two good players, Beasley and Cade. Trini says, the Knicks got more playoff experience, so I think we will wash them. Excuse me. Nick Yank says, nobody wants to go in the playoffs off a slide. I don't believe it. Duly noted. Kerry Cox says, Mitch and Bridges have to be big. Sherwin says, I don't want to see Detroit or Boston. I saw one that says, where it says, I feel good. Where's the I feel good comment? I saw a I feel good comment. Was it deleted? There it is. Okay. I feel good. OG on Cade, and we got the rest. Their inexperience will show. So I'll tell you how I feel about this thing. The fact that a NBA franchise is looking up to the Knicks puts a battery in my back. The fact that another NBA franchise is looking up to the Knicks makes me think we made it. Now, I know we have not made it. I know that. I know we have not made it, right? And I'm not trying to put a battery in y'all back. I'm just sharing how I feel, right? I'm just sharing how I feel. This is about this little moment right here is about me and how I feel. The fact that an NBA team chose us to have a beef with randomly, bruh, we made it. Leon Rose, good job. Because 5 years ago, somebody would have laughed if that was even a thing. Five years ago, man, we would have laughed if somebody would have said something like that. I want the Knicks. Oh, really? You want Dennis Smith Jr. and Nerlens Noel? Okay. I'm super excited about that. Bring it on. Because the one thing I know about the Knicks players is this. When you take it to them, they try to take it to you, right? Like when a all-star center tries to do something to Cat takes that personal. When somebody tried to do that to Jalen Brunson, y'all remember Embiid? Y'all remember when Embiid knocked Jalen Brunson down last year for no reason? And Brunson jumped up, walking in the man like, why you do that? I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. That's exactly what I need as a Knicks fan. For somebody to take the Knicks lightly. I'm looking at y'all comments too, by the way. I see y'all comments and stuff. So if it looks like I'm looking away at y'all comments, trying to do both at the same time. I can't have the comments right here in the middle. So the Pistons got Aaron H.S. Detroit, y'all little brother. Y'all little brother. Y'all want the Knicks? Okay. You can have the Knicks. But don't start all that crying when there's a whole bunch of a whole bunch of slow singing and flower bringing. So on that note, that's it, everybody. I'm going to get out of here. Thank y'all for rocking. I've been trying to keep this thing. So if this is your first time here, I'm trying to keep this thing in between an hour and 2 hours so that I can do the shorts and the clips and everything after the fact. So thank you, everybody, for coming through. Hit that like button. Old School Knicks in the morning at 11. Yours truly, Anthony D, right here on your YouTube dial. We're going to get out of here. Later, y'all. Peace.